The first home series of the new Big East season. The Hoyas try to bounce back from an 8-4 loss in Game 1 and snap a 3-game slide. Great to have you with us from the Nats Youth Academy. The Hoyas are 10-14 this year. They're 1-3 in the Big East. Seton Hall, their opponents in Game 2, are 7-11. They are 1-3 in conference. I'm Brian Pierce. Wonderful to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. A nice day for some spring softball. Temperatures in the low 60s. Windy day, wind blowing left to right across the field. It's also a bit chilly, as I mentioned, in the low 60s, but the sun will certainly help. It'll be a benefit for the starting pitcher today for the Hoyas. Julia Parker pitched a scoreless inning yesterday. She's been good this year, a 3.58 earned run average. 5-6 record in 13 appearances, making start number 11. Big game for her today as the Hoyas try to pick up the home conference win and send it to a rubber match tomorrow against the Seton Hall Pirates, who will see Sydney Babick on the hill, a 4.49 earned run average in 39 innings pitched. The Hoyas have not seen Babick yet this season. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Let's go for the visitors first. Taylor Hill bats leadoff for the Pirates. Big key today, get Hill out. She's been scorching hot recently. A 3-hit day yesterday. Bats from the left side. Then a pair of righties, Kelsey Carr and Olivia Gilbert. Katie Brennan bats in the 5-hole, and Caroline Hobbs bats, well, she bats in the 5-hole. Katie Brennan is the cleanup. 2 through 6 yesterday. The Pirates went 2 for 14, still won that game 8-4. It is a part of their lineup they want to see perform better today. Layla Allen plays third, bats 6th. Aaron Howard bats 7th. Andrea Perez bats 8th. And Lauren Kay bats 9th in center. As we're set for softball on this spring afternoon, a pair of 1-3 teams in the conference. The Hoyas looking for their first win at home this season as Julia Parker toes the rubber. We'll go around the diamond in just a moment for the Hoyas as the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Pardini's the catcher. Wincher at first. Rebhan at second. Stripmatter at third. Levin at short. Murciano in left. Turner in center. And Park in right for the Hoyas as the 0-1 bounces to the plate. Scooped up by Pardini. And it's a 1-1 count. Yesterday, the Hoyas got off to a great start. They were leading 3-1 after 3 innings. Against Seton Hall, the Pirates put up 5 in the 5th. And they never looked back, winning that game 8-4. Georgetown very efficient with runners in scoring position. In the first half of that game, they stranded 6 on base over the final 3 innings. That's a big key today, getting those runners across. High fly ball to left field, and it will ricochet off the fence over the left fielder's head. Rounding second and racing to third is Taylor Hill. She's got a leadoff triple for Seton Hall. Taylor Hill stays red hot, 3 hits yesterday, and begins today's game with a triple. Kelsey Carr, a chance for an early RBI. The designated hitter from the right side of the infield will come in to try to keep the speedy Hill from scoring. Mentioned a few moments ago, the middle of the order was 2 for 14 yesterday for Seton Hall. Thankfully for them, Hill was driving in runs and getting on base as the pitch is on the outside corner for Julia Parker. Scoreless performances in 2 out of her last 3 games. The only bad one was against DePaul mixed in. A top-tier pitcher going to be relied on this year for the Hoyas as the ball is grounded foul, and it's quickly 0-2. 4th in the conference with 5 wins. And you can probably hear the wind in my microphone blowing left to right across the field, not really in or out, as the 0-2 is outside. Strikeout would be big here for Parker. Trying to keep the Pirates off the scoreboard to start. A leadoff triple by Taylor Hill. She has 3 3-hit games. 1 came yesterday. The 1-2 off the outside corner by inches appeared to be a changeup, and it's 2-2. Parker, one of the best strikeout pitchers on this roster. See if she can come up with one. The 2-2. And it's just a bit low, possibly outside, and the count goes full 3-2. With the go-ahead run, the first run of the game potentially over at third base. And the 3-2 is driven to left field and deep. That's trouble. It's gone. A triple and a home run to start, and the Pirates lead 2-0. Kelsey Carr cracks one over the left field fence. A 3-2 pitch. Caught too much of the plate, and the Pirates are up 2-0. So fireworks from the road team to start. Kelsey Carr delivering the home run. So Olivia Gilbert comes up, and now if you're Parker, you're thinking, okay, let's just start over. 2R across. You have to think the way the Hoyas have been hitting recently. They're going to get that back and more. So want to keep the scoreboard there. For Carr, that is home run number 3. She's now tied for the team lead with Taylor Hill. Give Parker credit. She is getting ahead of her opponents in the count. Another strike to start off. The 0-1 a little bit low. Triple and a home run to open. And now Olivia Gilbert, 0 for 4 yesterday, is down 2-1 in the count, or up 2-1 in the count. Reliable player, started all 60 games last year for the Pirates. On track to do so this season. The 2-1 is hit hard to center field, coming towards us, and that is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Pirates to start. That one threatened your living room, and it's 3-0. Tough start for the Hoyas. A triple and 2 home runs. Fireworks from Seton Hall. Olivia Gilbert goes yard. That is home run number 3 for Gilbert. Just looks like maybe Parker's getting too much of the plate. Not wild. We haven't seen her pitches miss badly. Down 3-0, the fastball in there for a strike. All right, she's getting ahead of the hitters. Now it's about finishing them off. With the windy day, it makes it tough to pitch. You got to think the Hoyas will have some chances to score as well as that fastball maybe an inch or 2 off the plate. Katie Brennan taking her chance. Now up the count, 2-1. Brennan yesterday went 1 for 2, had a pair of walks, and she walked in to tie the game in the 5th. That was a big turning point. As she slaps one to left field, coming in and making the catch is Park, and there's one down to the top of the 1st. Not an easy play. Sun right in her eyes. Wind playing tricks with the ball. Now Caroline Hobbs, team leader in batting average. And one of the players to watch in the conference this year is at the plate. The pitch is just a little bit low from Julia Parker. Well, the Hoyas have the second best slugging percentage in the conference. They hit the ball hard, and it feels like the ball is really jumping off the bat to start. The wind picking up, maybe blowing out to right field. As the 0-1 is on the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Third and first are in, and here comes a pitch from Parker. It's 1-1 from Parker. First pitch was a ball, as the 1-1 is called strike 2. Okay, now 1-2. Brennan's tough to strike out, but she does there. That's the second out of the inning. Confidence booster for Parker. And there's 2 down. Let's see if Parker settles in. Now Layla Allen is at the plate. Allen went 2 for 3 in game 1, a game that the Pirates won 8-4. It was their first road win of the season. Had 2 runs driven in as well. Hard ground ball, right side but foul. A triple by Hill, a home run by Carr to right field, and a home run by Gilbert to center. Actually, Carr's home run was to left. And the pitch is low. It's 1-1. Good news is Parker seems to be settling down. Two and one after the fastball misses outside. Allen this year batting .232. She has a couple doubles and a pair of home runs. Change up at the knees. At least I thought it was a bit low. And it's 3-1. All right, 3-1 count. Parker down for the first time today. Has not walked a batter this inning. And the 3-1 throw, it is low. So there's the first walk as Allen takes first, and that brings up the catcher, Aaron Howard, with 2 outs and 3 across. Howard batting .220, does have 1 extra base hit. A little bit of pop, has not homered yet this year. As the South Plainfield, New Jersey native delivers the first pitch, called for a strike. Facing her home state team in the Seton Hall Pirates, Julia Parker in a hole early, but trying to limit damage with 3 across. As a line drive goes off the fence, it's going to be a race to see if Allen can get around, as she will stop at third. And coasting into second is Howard with a double. A rocket off the fence, well done by the left fielder, Murciano, to get it back in quickly. So runners at second and third. Still 2 outs, though. May not make a difference if Andrea Perez can be retired. A pair of runners in scoring position. This is where Seton Hall struggled at least early yesterday. Stranded 4 in the first 3 innings as the changeup is low. Haven't struggled today, leading 3-0. Perez, the sophomore from Corona, California, 2 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday. Now 2-0 to Perez in the righty versus righty matchup. Batting average just under 200, but an OPS at 428, which means very good eye at the plate. Tough to get out on the strikeout, and it's now 3-0. Lauren Kay on deck if Perez can reach. Kay went 2 for 4 yesterday afternoon. The 3-0 coming from Parker. And now time. Georgetown looking for a big victory to snap a 3-game losing streak. Pirates ended one yesterday with a win as a 3-0 catches. Hoyas 10-14, 1-3 in conference. Looking for their first home win this year. The 3-1 grounded up the middle, moving to her left, throwing to first in time is the shortstop Levitt, and that ends the frame. But 3 come across on 4 extra base hits. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. The Hoyas trail the Pirates 3-0. Hoyas have some work to do. They have time to do it. Down 3-0 as we start the bottom half of the first inning. Great to have you with us on this sunny Saturday afternoon in mid-March. Temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s. A stiff breeze blowing across the field from left to right. It may be helping the hitters today. 4 extra base hits in the top half of the first inning. Now Brooke Rebin steps up to the plate. The freshman from Miami, 0 for 2 yesterday against Sydney Babick. A .449 earned run average in 39 innings pitched. She's coming out throwing strikes as it's quickly 0-2 to Rebin. Rebin trying to get on and set the table for a big comeback here in the bottom of the first for the Hoyas. And the 0-2 is bounced to home plate. Brooke's having a nice season so far. Great to have her at the top of the order. Serious pop in the bat. Had 5 doubles already this year. 5 runs over the team's past 5 games. So when she gets on, oftentimes she comes across. Not a big player, but a quick bat swing. And really knows how to drive the softball. Takes the 1-2 low. Making it 2-2, at the very least, giving her teammates a good look at Babick. .274 batting average, a .780 OPS. It's been a really good year for Brooke. As a 2-2 is called strike 3. On the outside corner appeared to be a slider that catches the plate, and there's one down in the bottom of the first.
Next for the Hoyas, number 8, Emily Strittmatter.
Brings up Emily Strittmatter against Babick. 0 for 3 yesterday. Trying to get going. She's made good contact, but 1 for her last 9 as the slider is outside. Strittmatter batting .214, really high OPS at .624. At the very least, a solid OPS. Has scored 7 times. Looking for that first long ball. Maybe today is the day as she's up in the count 2-0. Freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona. Her and Brooke Rebin going to be a nice combo for Georgetown over the next few years if they stay at the top of the order. Hits it to center off the inside part of the bat, and it is played by Kay, and there is 2 down. Nia Campos. Number 3 hitter steps in. That ball, for where it was hit on the bat, really popped off. Makes you think ball flying today. It certainly was in the top of the first. A pair of home runs, a double and a triple. The throw from Babick is low. Campos, the Tucson sophomore, 2 for 4. She has hits in 5 of her last 6 games. That's a hard pitch just inside, and it's 2-0. Campos ahead of the count. You know, she's thinking maybe drive something if she gets a pitch to hit with nobody on and 2 outs. And the 2-0. Campos in a great spot now, 3 balls and no strikes. .349 batting average for Campos and 5 home runs. She has been spectacular this year. That OPS at 1.16. It's been an incredible year so far for her. Trying to add to it, and she does with a walk. So Campos maneuvers to first. Looked like Babick was being conservative with her, and now that brings up the cleanup hitter, Aaron Winter. As Cameron Winker will step in. and takes the first pitch in their first strike. Winker has 14 runs driven in. That is second only to Campos. Let's see if she can get number 15, and if we're getting greedy, number 16 as well. Babbitt's 0-1 missing outside, and we're even. 2 home runs, a triple and a double is why Seton Hall leads 3-0 at the bottom of the first. Still plenty of time, though. 1 on and nobody out here for Winker. As Babbitt delivers, and it is outside. Wind really picking up, maybe blowing out to left field if Winker can drive it the other way. 1 for 2 yesterday. The grad transfer from Michigan State has been a great addition this year for the Hoyas. 2-1, slice to the right side. I think Winker was aiming that direction, and it's 2-2. 5 multi-hit games this season for Winker, 89 hits over her 4-year career as a Spartan. Big moment, 2-2, 2 outs, runner on the first and a 3-0 deficit for Georgetown. And they count goals full. That's good news because that means Campos over at first base will be running. The 3-2. Outside, back-to-back walks. And now the Hoyas can tie the game with 1 swing of the bat.
Up next to bat number 4, Macy Levitt.
And this means Macy Levitt has a chance to do some damage. Hoyas stranded 6 runners over their final 3 innings yesterday. They were efficient in the first half of the game. And now Levitt, and her 7 runs batted in, is at the plate. Went 0 for 1 yesterday. Takes the first throw high. It's like maybe the pitcher Babbitt has lost her touch over these last couple hitters. That pitch remains high, 2-0. Levitt snapped a 5-game hitting streak yesterday, going 0 for 1. Also her first time playing since March 3rd. As she gets reacquainted with the lineup, got on base a couple times with walks. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Outfield is deep. Up the middle, they are deep. In at third and back behind the bag at first. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Hoyas trying to get at least somebody across this inning. There's a high fly ball to center. It's deep. It's back. It's gone. We're tied at 3. What a response from the Hoyas. Macy Levitt, a 3-run homer. The Hoyas were down 3-0, 2 outs, nobody on, back-to-back walks. And then Macy Levitt over the center field fence, her second this season, and it's a brand new ball game. What a swing from Levitt. And what a turn of momentum. Big game for Georgetown, 1-3. You don't want to drop the first 2 to Seton Hall. And Macy Levitt delivers. Great to have her back in the lineup, and that hit Gabby Park. A 3-run homer for Levitt, and now a hit by pitch. Parks on first, and Holly Pardini with 4 straight reaching will come up to the plate. And that brings out Seton Hall Pirates coach Angie Churchill in her 3rd year. 13 years of coaching experience. Really well liked by this program, and all of a sudden, runner on first, 3 across with 2 outs, and a chance for Holly Pardini to keep it going.
Number 7, Holly Pardini.
Partini, the Petaluma, California native up there by San Francisco. Gorgeous area. At the plate, the catcher takes ball outside. Over one yesterday with a strikeout, one of the better catchers in the state of California last year. She has solidified herself as a regular starter for the Hoyas, part of this wonderful group of freshmen on the roster. Bounces it left side, scooped up by the third baseman. The throw over is in time from Allen to end the frame. 3-run score, a massive 3-run homer from Macy Levitt, and we're even at 3 after the first. A lot of fireworks on this Saturday in mid-March. 3 home runs in the first inning. The Hoyas started with a back-to-back home run rally in the top half of the inning. And then Macy Levitt in the bottom half with 2 on and 2 outs drives it over the center field fence to give Julia Parker a new game as we're tied at 3. The first throw from Parker is high. Oh, 1 count with Lauren Kay at the plate as the pitch is outside now 3-0. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for Seton Hall. And now a quick conversation as the Hoyas coach, Pat Conlon, comes out for a quick chat with the home plate umpire in her 17th season as the skipper for the Georgetown University softball team. A decade ago, they had the record-setting 26 wins. Gunning for that over the next couple years. That'd be a great goal for the team. And they got a lot of young talent. Great window for this group. Lauren Kay steps back in. It's a 3-0 count. See if Parker can come back on Kay here. And she walks Kay on 4 pitches to start. So Kay reaches first. That .391 batting average. He's been really good at the plate this season. Brings up the number 9 hitter. Goes over the top of the order. So Taylor Hill is up. So we go to the top of the order. Hill at the plate, tripled in the first inning. And she's up in the count 1-0. Tripled and came around to score. As the 1-0 throw is high, and it's 2-0. So 6 straight out of the zone to start the top of the second for Julia Parker. Pirates were swept by Villanova last weekend. Trying to rebound after a tough start. There's a strike. 2-0 pitch in there. Now 2-1. Hill tripled, Carr homered, Gilbert homered. Those were the 3 runs in the top half of the first. Nice pitch there at 2-1 to make it 2-2. Big pitch coming up for Parker. Be nice to get a strikeout on the good contact hitter Hill. 4 hits already in this series. Rounds it, left side, right side rather foul. We do the 2-2 again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Julia Parker fans Hill, and there's 1 down. That's a big strikeout for Parker. Nice confidence boost. Brings up Kelsey Carr, who homered to left field in the first inning. See if Parker can repeat. Carr, 3 homers on the year. Runners moving. Throw to second is in time. What a throw from the catcher to the shortstop. Perdini had to double check. Throws to Levitt. Beautiful tag by Macy. And there's quickly 2 down in the top of the second. And the 0-1 called strike 2. How quickly the momentum has changed in this top of the inning. Parker was down 2-0 to Hill, struck her out, and then Kay caught stealing, and now it's 1-2 to Kelsey Carr. Righty versus righty. Now 2-2. Sure, Parker after that strikeout, big confidence boost, took a big sigh of relief, and then her catcher Pardini helping her out, throwing out the base runner as 2-2 is called strike 3 on the outside corner. A pair of strikeouts in the frame for Parker. She pitches a scoreless top half of the second. We move to the bottom of the inning, tied at 3. Bottom 3 in the order up for the Hoyas. We're tied at 3 in the bottom of the second inning as Babick is back on the mound. Stephanie Murciano takes the first pitch inside for a ball. The lefty playing really well defensively this year. did not have an official at bat yesterday. Grounds it to the right side. Diving stop. Flip to first in time. Well played by the second baseman Hobbs, and there's one down.
Up to bat, number 12, Claire Turner.
Now Claire Turner, the center fielder at the plate. See what she can do. 0 for 2 yesterday. The pitch from Babick is just a little bit low for a ball. Home plate umpire has a delayed strike call. Always have to wait an extra second to make sure. Snapped a 4-game hitting streak yesterday for Claire. She is 4th in the conference in stolen bases. Pretty impressive since she's batting in the 8-hole as the 1-0 is in there for a strike. Babick had 2 outs in the bottom half of the first. Gave up a pair of walks and then a 3-run homer to Levitt. As the 1-1 skips across the dirt, 2-1. Wind has died down a bit. Outfield still playing deep. Infield into the corners, deep up the middle. With 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the second. The bunt, it's popped up and foul. 2-2. And looked like Gilbert and Allen recognized it. They were moving in quickly. And now the 2-2 from Babick. Line drive, back up the middle, base hit. Claire Turner, the second Hoya to record a hit with 2 strikes. And now there's 1 on with 1 out for the number 9 hitter, Julia Parker. Move back to the top of the order. And move back to Brooke Redhead, who struck out in the first. So the second baseman, Redhead, is up. Turner's at first. And the pitch from Babick. High fly ball to right field, not deep. Coming in and making the catch is Hill, and retreating back to first is Turner. So there's 2 outs. And now the number 2 hitter, Emily Stripmatter, at the plate. Hill stepped back a few steps, then came in to make the play, and now there's 2 down for Stripmatter. Was retired in the bottom half of the first. Takes the first throw low. Turner, as we mentioned, top 5 of the conference in steals, thought about moving. Stripmatter flew out to center field her last time up. Takes the 1-0, just a little bit low from Babick. Turner at first base, good speed. With 2 outs in the bottom of the second, here comes the 2-0. And it is inside, ball 3, 3-0 is the count. You wouldn't think Turner would be running here. I wouldn't be surprised if Stripmatter gets the green light. Wind starting to blow out to center as the 3-0 is down the middle for a strike. Outfield at least left and center plane, maybe 5 yards in front of the fence, give or take. The 3-1, outside for a ball, runner is moving, doesn't matter, it's a walk, and now there's runners at first and second for the number 3 hitter, Campos. Big chance here for Campos with a pair aboard. the RBI leader. I'm sure that's what the conversation is about. Campos in that first inning, able to make it to second base after she walked, and then was driven in by Levitt. So pair on with 2 outs. Tie ball game, 3 apiece. 3 home runs in the first inning. Levitt on deck, or rather, she's in the hole, had one of those, a 3-run homer for her. And a 1-0 count to Campos. Opportunity for the power hitter. 5 homers. Team leader in runs driven in. And it's 2-0. It's maybe a bit of a tight strike zone so far. It's been consistent, though. Babbitt getting set to deliver. Dangerous pitch to the power hitter, Campos. And it is 3-0 on the lefty. See if Babbitt tempts the hard-swinging left-hander, Campos. Good speed at second if Campos can find the grass in the outfield. That's a strike, and it's 3-1. Campos, 2 runs driven in yesterday. Trying to equal that here, and it's outside. The bases are loaded, and here comes Cameron Wincher.
Number 23, Cameron Wincher.
Could be an early turning point in this game with Wincher at the plate. Pirates led 3-0 after 2 homers in the top half of the first. A 3-run homer by Levitt in the bottom half. And now the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Wincher walked in the first inning. Hard ball left side. It's caught at the shoelaces by the first baseman, Gilbert. And Seton Hall escapes without any damage. Bases loaded, but no runs come across. We head to the top of the third, tied at 3. Three, 4, and 5 up to bat to start the top of the third as Parker was able to wiggle out of trouble in the top of the second. First pitch is high to Gilbert. Olivia Gilbert delivered a 2-run homer in the first inning. Hard ground ball left side, but foul. It was actually a solo homer. Carr with the 2-run homer. As Gilbert hit it over the center field fence, it's a 1-1 count. Parker trying to add to her top 5 in conference, 5 wins. She's 4th in that category. Got down 3-0 to start. We're even at 3 as the 1-1 is high. Game was scoreless yesterday after 3 innings. Not the case today as the 2-1 curves outside. Infield back, outfield straight away. 3-1 coming from Parker to Gilbert. Now 3-2, that caught the inside part of the play. Good heat on that pitch from Parker. You could hear the pop of the glove from the catcher, Pardini. Full count from Parker to Gilbert. She hits a pop-up to the right side, drifting back, making the catch, Rebin, and there's one down. So 3 straight retired, and that brings up Katie Brennan. As she lined out to right field in her first at bat. First pitch is low. The freshman walked to tie the game in the 5th yesterday. She went on a torrid stretch earlier this year. 3 straight multi-hit games, has cooled off recently. High pop-up, left side, it will drift out of play. And it's 1-1. Parker steps back infield in at the corners. Hoyas trying to pick up their first home win this season. Get their second conference win. Now 2-1 to the hitter. Hobbs on deck, the most dangerous bat this year for Seton Hall. You'd like to face her with nobody on. The Parker pitch. High pop up left side into shallow left, and it drops and it gets past the left fielder. As Brennan slides into second. Got in front of Murciano. Took a weird bounce, had some backspin on it. That's just a tough play. I didn't think from my ankle it was going to stay in play, but it dropped maybe a few feet inside the left field line, and now there's a runner at second on a tough luck double, and it brings up Carolina Hobbs. Hobbs, an RBI opportunity, takes a fastball for a strike. Brennan back at second. Hobbs struck out her first at bat. Nice changeup from Parker. Disappeared off the plate, and it's quickly 0-2. Hobbs, the team's top hitter, batting over .350. Would be a big out here from Parker. A little too much on that pitch, high and tight. Good speed at second in the form of Brennan. Now 2-2. You do have a base open. Do not have to give Hobbs anything easy to hit. Ground ball left side. The scoop up and the throw over to first from Levitt, and there's 2 outs. Nicely done by the shortstop. As she was able to look back, Brennan at second, and now Leela Allen comes up with 2 down. Allen trying to drive the run in with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch low. You can tell Seton Hall is taking almost every single first pitch. Allen walked and was stranded in her first plate appearance. Allen swings and drives it to right field. Going back, reaching up, and unable to make the play is Park. That's going to bring in 1 run. Allen coasts on to second. A 2-out double brings in Katie Brennan, and Seton Hall is back on top. Just over the outstretched glove of Katie Park. She made a good route to the ball. That would have been a tough one to pull in. The 5th extra base hit today for Seton Hall. Checked it, that's actually the 6th, pardon me. As Allen, her first hit today, she's been on base both times, and now Erin Howard is at the plate. Want to know from Parker. Nobody warming up for either team. Pitch a bit low. Andrea Perez, the number 8 hitter, is on deck. Georgetown 13-23 all-time against the Pirates. They went 1-2 last year as the throw is outside. Now 3-0 with a base open. And it's high for ball 4, so runners at first and second. And Perez is at the plate. She grounded out to short in her first at bat. Looks like there is some movement in the bullpen. Perez, line drive to right field. That's going to drop. Runner trying to score. The throw to home plate is in time. Twice. The Pirates have been out on the base pass, and that's a big one as Park throws out the base runner Hobbs to end the inning. What a throw. 1 hopper to home. We have played 2.5. It is Seton Hall 4, Georgetown 3. Macy Levitt leads off the bottom of the 3rd against Babbitt. Levitt with 2 outs and 2 on and a 2-1 count in the first inning. Homer to center field to make it 3-3. She comes up with her team down 4-3. It was the 3rd home run for Levitt this year. The 5 hole, so 5, 6, and 7 due up in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Georgetown. Now finding themselves down by a run. What a throw from Park to end the inning. A 1 hopper to home. Able to get Allen, the 3rd baseman, keep it a 1-run game. The way both teams are hitting. That is not going to be enough today as the curveball catches, and it's 1-1. Seton Hall, two things they've done really well this year, top 3 in the conference in on-base percentage, and then their fielding percentage. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They did have one error yesterday, as it's 2-2. Levitt, the 2-2 coming. Gets a piece of it to stay alive. Off-speed throw from Babic. Levitt is a tough player to strike out. Only 10 this year. That's near the bottom for the team when it comes to how many plate appearances she has. 2-2 coming. Levitt, high fly ball to center. Going back, has room in making the catch is Kay. And there's one down. Levitt, for the second time, tags it to center field. That one got underneath it just a little bit too much. And there's one down. For a second, you think, oh, here we go. Another deep fly for Levitt. Brings up Gabby Park. The lefty takes the first pitch outside. Park grounded out her first time up. 1-1 count with one down. Park, a phenomenal outfield assist to close out the top of the third. Though Seton Hall could still be batting. That was a really nice play by her in right. Babbitt's 1-1. Check swing. The appeal over to third, and it's 1-2. That looked like it was a correct call. The 1-2 is well out, 2-2. Babbitt's, or rather Park's got good speed if she can reach. Babic not afraid to throw outside the zone. Sometimes you see pitchers concerned about their walk totals. Babic is a smart pitcher, comfortable throwing balls and letting players walk instead of giving up extra base hits. Bouncing ball to the right side, but foul. And the 2-2. Ground ball to second. Scooped up by Hobbs. Throw to first. And there's two down in the bottom of the third. Carolina Hobbs doesn't make many mistakes over at second, as her name is in the drawing for the conference's best second baseman this season. She's been really good at the plate and in the field. Holly Pardini threw out a base runner in the second inning, steps to the plate. When the wind calms down, it's a really nice, picture perfect mid-March day. Temperatures in the 60s with a strong breeze from left to right. Now Pardini, who lined out to third her first time up, takes the first pitch outside. One count. 3 runs came across for the Pirates in the top of the first. A 3-run homer by Levitt in the bottom of the inning was the response. And then an RBI double by Hobbs in the top of the third. It's 4-3. 7 hits for Seton Hall today. They only lead by 1, though. Now Pardini down to her last strike. Always fun when these two teams meet up. Pirates and Hoyas both trying to jumpstart their conference seasons, even at 1-3. The 1-2 pitch. Pardini with life at 2-2. Wind picking up. It's blowing out to center. In fact, it's changed directions. I would say a strong breeze out to left center. Good news for the hitter. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike three. Pardini out in front of the changeup. 1-2-3 inning for the Hoyas. We head to the top half of the fourth. It's 4-3 Pirates. Lauren Kai leads off the top half of the fourth inning. 9-1-2 is the scheduled trio for the Pirates against Parker. Kai walked her first time up and was stranded. It's 1-0. Now 2-0 for Parker. Giving up 4 earned runs in 3 innings pitched. The big issue, 6 extra bases. She's walked 3. Only 1 single. And the 2-0 a bit low from Parker. Nobody warming up in either pen. Dangerous hitter on deck, Taylor Hill, who's 1 for 2 with a triple. She is 4 for 6 in this series. She waits. Nice fastball. Just missing, though, from Parker. And the leadoff hitter is aboard, and that brings up Hill. The second walk for Kay. Now Hill is at the plate. Maybe hearing the ice cream truck in the background. It's pulled up over the left field side. No soft serves from Parker as the fastball catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. One and one count. Hill tripled, came around to score in the first inning on the Carr homer, and she struck out in the second. 3 for 4 yesterday. Changeup remains high, and it's 2-1. Taylor Hill from Little Falls, New Jersey, staying in her home state. Facing her fellow New Jersey pitcher, popped it out of play, and it's 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 from Parker. Tapped back to Parker. She grabs, throws to first. Runner to second, one down. That's a well-played ball by Parker. Not easy as she got off the mound quickly. And a toss over to first beat the speedy Hill. So one down. Runner moves to second. And now Kelsey Carr's at the plate. Give Hill the sacrifice. Kay at second. And Carr at the plate. One and 0 as Kay taking a big lead at second. Really, as soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand, she is halfway to third very quickly. Line drive could put her in a tough spot as the 1-0 is called a strike. Big pitch here. You don't want to go down by 2. 1 out. And a 1-1 throw coming from Parker. The slider misses outside. 2-1. Three home runs this year for Carr, the number 2 hitter at the plate. Just getting a piece of it. And it's 2-2. See Parker can rack up her second straight strikeout at number 5 today. And she does. Fastball swung at and missed by Carr. 2 down in the top of the 4th. Big strikeout from Parker. Haven't seen that location a lot from Parker today. Goes upstairs, and now Olivia Gilbert, a solo home run in the first, a pop out in the third, is at the plate. Strikeout number 5 for Parker today. After the 3 runs were scored to start the game, Parker's only given up 1 run. You feel like, even though she's been threatened, much more comfortable since the beginning of the game. Gilbert tries to check her swing, cannot, and it's 0-2. Parker tries to strike out the side on this pitch. Hard hit, left side foul. Gilbert way in front of it. Crushed a home run to center in her first at bat. Gilbert 1 for 5 with a couple runs scored in the series. Did strike out twice yesterday. Ground ball back to Parker. She knocks it down and gets out of the inning. Well done by Julia Parker to get out of the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom half of the inning. It is 4-3. Pirates on top by 1. Eight, 9, and 1 do it for the Hoyas in the bottom of the 4th inning, halfway through. Parker has calmed down. Babbitt still leading 4-3 as she delivers the first pitch to Murciano, and it's outside. Nice inning for Parker in the top half. 2 ground outs back to her and a strikeout. Murciano takes the 1-0 on the inside part of the plate. Lined out in the second. And the 1-1 coming. Bouncer back to the pitcher. Babbitt, quick hand, saying there's 1 down. Nice defense from both pitchers.
Up the bat for the Hoyas, number 12, Claire Turner.
Now Claire Turner, who reached in her first at bat, is at the plate. 1-0 to start. Turner, great speed. She is 5th in the conference in steals. Reached 3rd her first at bat. Couldn't quite come around to score. In at the corners for Turner. Now 2-0. Have to think Turner will be taken here. Babbitt, the senior from Gilbert, Arizona. The 2-0 is outside. Turner walks, it turns over the order. Three and 1 after the fastball catches a good chunk of the plate. Rabin, who's 0 for 2, is on deck. And she'll get the bat with a runner on. The walk to Turner. Her second time she's reached. Now 1 on with 1 out for Brooke Rebin.
Up the bat for the Hoyas, number 18, Brooke Redman.
Freshman, sophomore goes the order. Rebin to start with 1 on and 1 out. Babbitt's pitch is just a bit outside. 7 hits for the Pirates, 2 for the Hoyas, but one of them was a big 3-run homer. Macy left it in the first to tie it at 3. And it's now 2-0 after the throw. Pirates coach Auntie Churchill is going to come out and talk to her pitcher. Nobody was warming up. Seton Hall scored 3 in the top of the first inning, 2 home runs. And then Macy Levitt came back with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the third. First, Pirates scored a run in the top of the third, and now we're in the bottom of the fourth in a 4-3 game. Brooke Rabin, the leadoff hitter. Takes a pitch for a strike, and it's 2-1. Hard hit ball up the middle, diving catch made, throw to first, hits the base runner, and ricochets in foul territory. Racing to second is Turner, and she's going to be safe there. Because Turner didn't leave the base path, she's fine. A phenomenal play by Perez to make the catch, and there's 2 outs, but now a runner at second. A wild play, gorgeous catch by Perez coming across the second base bag. And then on the throw to first, it bounced off the back of the runner, Turner. She was in the base path, which means she's fine. She was able to touch the bag and then advance on to second. So Revin lines out to short. That brings up Strip Matter with 2 outs and the tying run at second base. The first throw from Babic is in there for a strike. Strip Matter struck out and walked. She's 0 for 1, swings and misses for strike 2. Holding at second is Turner. The ball got away from the catcher, Howard, but I don't think Turner recognized it. May have been foul tip, too. I didn't catch the signal from the umpire. So it is 0-2 with 2 outs in a 4-3 game. The tying run at second base. Your number 2 hitter at the plate. Good speed at second. Anything in the outfield will score her. 1-2. Looks like there is some action in the pen for Seton Hall as a 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball left side, but foul by about maybe 5 feet. Strip Matter just out in front of that changeup. Good contact. She can wait on that pitch. Shoot it into the gap. We're going to be tied at 4. Ground ball left side, scooped up by the shortstop Perez over to first in time. And the runner is stranded at second. No hits, 1 walk, 1 left on base. We move to the top of the 5th. It's 4-3. Pirates on top of the Hoyas. Top of the 5th, middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Seton Hall. Julia Parker pitching into the 5th inning. The first throw is outside. Parker today 4 earned runs on 7 hits, 4 strikeouts. But since the first out was made, she gave up 3 runs before getting an out. She's only given up 1 run in those 4 innings pitched. She's down 2-0 in the count to the cleanup hitter Brennan. Brennan is 1 for 2 with a double. 1 of 6 extra base hits today. The 2-0 is a cross for a strike. Missed her spot, didn't miss the zone, and it's 2-1. Brennan 1 for 2. The sophomore Hobbs on deck is 0 for 2. Then Allen's been on base twice, 4, 5, and 6 scheduled for the inning. That time it's inside and it's 3-1. Hoya is aiming for their first home win this season. Both these teams are 1-3 in conference. Parker top 5 in conference in wins. Hard hit ball left side, well out of play, and the count is full. Be big to get the lefty out. Brennan does have 1 homer, only 3 extra base hits. At least this year, she hasn't showcased her power. Does have a really nice on-base percentage. So 3-2 is hit hard left field, and that is going to be caught. As Murciano makes the play, angling to the foul ball post, and there is 1 away.
Up for the Hoyas, number 14, Caroline Hobbs.
And now Caroline Hobbs is up. She is 0 for 2. Hobbs struck out in the first, grounded out to short in the third. Team leader in hits. Up in the count 1-0. Hobbs going to be a real impressive player for this team over the next few years. Now 1-1. Just a sophomore, one of the best contact hitters in conference. 1-1 coming from Parker. High fly ball, right field, coming in, and it drops foul. As Park a little behind it. Tough angle for Wincher running out to cover it. Now 1-2, and the fastball over everybody's head. Doesn't matter, nobody's on. Can toss that into the neighboring baseball field. Would it make a difference? It's 2-2 either way. Six extra base hits for Seton Hall today. They only lead by 1, though, 4-3. The count is now full to Hobbs. Parker, who has walked a couple. Hobbs flies it to center, moving over and squeezing the glove is Turner. And there is 2 down. Parker doing a good job letting her defense go to work. And 2 away in the top of the 5th. Senior Leela Allen is 1 for 1. She has driven in a run and walked as well. Had the RBI double back in the 3rd inning. Count is even at 1. Nice fastball from Parker. Still has good pop in the 5th inning. Julia Parker, she's probably been the team's best pitcher this year. You can go back and forth between a couple players on this staff. As a 1-1 is popped up in the infield, coming in and making the play is Reben, and that retires the side. A 1-2-3. Top of the 5th. We move to the bottom half of the inning. Pirates leading by 1 against the Hoyas.
up for Georgetown, number 24, Naya Campos.
Let's see if the Hoyas can make some noise in the bottom of the fifth, down 4-3. Naya Campos will lead off, the team's leader in homers and runs driven in. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the third time against Babbitt, who seems to have settled down, gave up that 3-run homer in the bottom of the first to Levitt, and since then she has pitched 3 scoreless innings. Misfires on the first throw, and it's 1-0 to Campos. Yesterday, down 3-1, it was Seton Hall who scored 5 runs in the fifth. Maybe the Hoyas can return the favor today, down by 1 in the bottom half of their fifth inning. Swing and a miss from Campos over the top of that sinking pitch, and it's 1-1. What a great year for Campos. 5 homers, batting well over 300, leads the team in runs driven in. She has been a very impressive sophomore. Part of this trio of underclassmen that bats 1, 2, 3. High fly ball left side, twisting foul and out of play. Brennan gave chase, and it's 1-2. Georgetown just 2 for 14 today. They've made them count, though, with one of those 2 hits being a 3-run homer. And the count runs to 2-2. Sydney Babbitt has walked 5. She's been a little bit wild, but only 3 runs given up. 2 started with a walk, and then the 3-run homer from Levitt. And tapping it off the plate is Campos to stay alive. Probably looks like it got maybe her in the foot. Still 2-2 count to Campos, a leadoff hitter, as she swings over the top for strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Babbitt, and there's 1 out. See what Wincher can do. Maybe get on for her fellow senior Levitt. Hoya's only 1 hit since that Levitt 3-run homer came from Turner in the 3rd inning. As Wincher takes the first pitch high. You know, it doesn't feel like it has kind of turned into a pitcher's duel after that first, despite all the walks. Sliced foul, and it's 1-1. Wincher dropping the bat head. See what the Hoyas' first baseman Wincher can do here. 1-1 count, nobody on. And 1 out. Takes it low. Transfer from Michigan State University. Cameron Wincher, graduate player, grew up in Houston, Texas. She's well-traveled. Grew up in Texas, lived in Michigan for 4 years, and now out here on the East Coast playing for Georgetown. Hard ground ball left side. That's through for a base hit. So Cameron Wincher, her first hit today, the 3rd for the Hoyas. And there is momentum with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up Levitt, a 3-run homer to tie the game in the 1st inning. A long ball here would put her team up by 1. Just a 3rd hit so far for the Hoyas against Babbitt. First throw's a little bit inside. Hoyas tied for the conference lead in extra base hits. One of those would be awfully nice here. The 1-0. Same spot, same result. Georgetown 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position today, or runners on base, I should say. That one hit came from Levitt. It was a 3-run homer. She's now up in the count 2-0. Wincher thought about running, but with the count the way it is, you don't want to take any chances, especially with the arm of Howard behind home plate. Nobody up in the pen for Seton Hall. Saw some action earlier. Right now it's quiet. Big pitch here, 3-0 with 1 out and 1 on. And the Pirates only up by 1 against the Hoyas. It's a fastball and it's in there for a strike. All right, Levitt's had a good look at Babick today. Good pitch to take a hack at it. 3-1. See what Levitt can do. And the pitch coming from Babick. Hard hit ball back up the middle. That's through for a single. Stopping at second is Wincher. Back-to-back base hits, and there's 2 on with 1 out. And now the tying run is at second base for Park. As I think we're going to get a pinch runner here in a second for Georgetown. Wincher will sub out. Rojas to pinch run. The senior from Lorton, Virginia, often comes in as a pinch runner. She actually saw a plate appearance yesterday. She was able to score as a pinch runner as well. So the speedy Rojas on at second. Levitt at first, Park at the plate, and there is a pitcher warming up for Seton Hall. Kyra Krusher is getting ready in the pen. Wouldn't be surprised if we see her soon. Gabby Park is at the plate. And she takes the first pitch for a strike. Park 0 for 1 with a walk. Also had a great outfield assist back in the third inning. Bouncing ball, left side, throw to second for 1. The relay to first, not in time. And runners are at the corners with 2 outs. So 2 down and another RBI opportunity. This time it is for Pardini. Hoya is now 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. And we may get another change.
Pinch hitting for the Hoyas, number 1, Gianna Shulo.
Shulo pinch hitting for the Hoyas. The junior from Bethel Park went 1 for 1 yesterday. She scored a run in the 7th inning. A 4-game hitting streak for Shulo. She can extend it to 5. We'll be tied at 4. Babick's first pitch. Outside. Batting .268 with a slugging percentage of .339. Shulo has some pop. Trying to even it at 4 in the bottom of the 5th. And it's 2-0 runners going, and there will not be a throw at second for Park. So she takes second. Now there's 2 in scoring position with a 2-0 count and 2 outs. Hoyas today 1 for 5 with 2 outs. 4 for 18 overall. Babbitt's 2-0 throw. And one more of those, and the bases will be loaded for Murciano, who's on deck. Hoyas got down 3-0 early, tied it at 3, trailed 4-3 after the third. Can they take the lead in the fifth? Now 3-1 for Shulo. Wants to take your chance to swing anyways. 5, she's hit safely in 5 of her last 6 games. Here is the 3-1. And the bases are loaded for Murciano. First time we've had the bags loaded today for the Hoyas. That might be the last hitter that Babbitt faces. Let's see. Both coaches are out. And a quick conversation from the catcher, Howard, possibly to buy the pitcher warming up the bullpen some time.
Pinch hitting for the Hoyas, number 19, Samantha Miller.
Samantha Miller is pinch hitting. So it looks like Babbitt will at least face Miller and try to get out of the 5th inning. Miller had a good game yesterday. She doubled in the 4th to give Georgetown a 3-1 lead. See if she can do it again here to give the Hoyas a lead in the 5th. Ground ball, left side, grabbed by the third baseman. She steps in the bag, and that retires the side as Alvarado Rowe ends the frame. Hoyas load the bases, cannot score. We head to the 6th. It's 4-3, Seton Hall on top. Seven, 8, and 9 due up, bottom of the order against Julia Parker. Has only allowed 1 run since giving up 3 early. The first pitch on the outside corner to Howard for a strike. Howard doubled in the first and walked in the third. Takes the 0-1 high. Howard, Perez, and Kai are the 3 due up. They've combined to reach base 4 times today. The bottom of the order once again doing damage for Seton Hall. And it's now 2-1. We mentioned it yesterday. The middle of the order is what struggled for the Pirates. They went 2 for 14 in their 8-4 win. The 2-1 just a little bit low, and it's 3-1. Parker, 4 walks. You don't want to walk Howard to start the frame. Wind blowing out to center field pretty briskly. As a 3-1 is sliced down the right side and foul. Dropped in front of Park. Would have been a tough play. Full count pitch coming up. And here it comes. Bouncer back to the middle. Grabbed on the mound by Parker. That's her third assist today, and there's one out. Julia Parker fielding her position perfectly this afternoon. Made a great play on a slow roller in front of home plate. That time it was a high bouncer, easy to miss those, and she made it look simple. Now Perez, the number 8 hitter, is up. She is 1 for 2, a ground out to short in the first, and a single to right in the third. Both these teams 1-3 in conference. Hoyas trying to pick up their first home win this year. 3 runs early for Seton Hall. Hill tripled, Carr and Gilbert both homered in the first. Ground ball left side, grabbed by the shortstop Levitt. Though to first is not going to be in time. As Perez runs well, it was also offline. That's an infield single. Down 3-0. The Hoyas came back and tied it on a 3-run homer by Levitt. And then in the 4th inning, Seton Hall grabbed the lead 4-3. They have 8 hits to 4 for Georgetown. Hoyas have left 7 on base. Seton Hall 5. First pitch a little bit low. A pair of walks for Kay so far. Parker's got to be thinking, let's try to make her swing for once. Doesn't there, and it's 2-0. Perez with good speed is threatening to steal. The shortstop Levitt racing over to the bag on each pitch. Bit of a big hole on the left side if Kay can pull it. She swings and drives it left field. It will bounce off the fence. Racing to second and stopping there. There's some communication on the base pass, and it turns into a long single. Really nicely done by Merciana in left field to get it back in quickly. So Perez is able to make it to second, but has to stop. Almost looked like there's going to be 2 players on second base as Kay was about 3/4 of the way down the line and had to sprint back. Okay, so 2 on, 1 out. Now the top of the order, and Hill, who's 1 for 3 today, after a 3 for 4 yesterday, is at the plate. First pitch a little bit outside. As Hill tries to deliver a big blow for Seton Hall. Already up 4-3. Tripled her first time up. Changeup catches the outside corner. Mercian, what a play in left. Covered it perfectly off the one hopper. Ricocheted from the fence and got it in to hold Kay to a single. But now it's 2-1 to Hill in a dangerous spot. Still nobody up in the pen. Parker has got the blessing to go at least a few more hitters from Coach Conlin as the pitch is out, and it's 3-1. Carr on deck. She's already delivered a 2-run homer. Called strike 2, grazing the outside corner. Full count pitch with 1 out and 2 on. A 1-run deficit for Georgetown. Big pitch coming. And it is ball 4. Bases loaded. And a dangerous hitter in Carr. 3 home runs, including a 2-run homer in the first, is at the plate. Mercian playing deep. Turner deep in center. Park normal distance in a right. And it's 1-0. Nowhere to put the hitter, Carr. Parker has 5 walks, including a couple this inning. That catches the plate. It's 1-1. Be big for Parker to get up 1-2 here. In best case scenario is a ground ball double play. Now 2-1. Hill at first, Kai at second, Perez at third. Kai has good speed at second base. The 2-1 is low, 3-1. Now you got to come back with a strike. And there is some action in the pen for Georgetown. Parker trying to dig deep. And once again, it's 3-2. Nice pitch on the outer part of the plate for Julia Parker. Carr struck out her last 2 plate appearances. Looking in the second, swinging in the fourth. And gets a piece to stay alive at 3-2. "28 batters face for Parker. It's a 4th crack at it for Carr. Ground ball to second. The throw home for 1. The relay to first, not in time. What a play at second base by Rebin. Heads up, throwing to first, keeping the run off the board, and it's still 4-3. Nicely done by Rebin. So base is still loaded for Gilbert. Hoya's not out of the woods yet. Looks like a pinch runner for Carr is in, waiting for the official announcement. As Gilbert, the number 3 hitter, comes up with the bases loaded. Seton Hall up 4-3. Pirates have left 5 on base today. They have 9 hits, 6 extra base hits, but they're only up by 1, blocked by Pardini. Hoya is trying to even up the series and force a rubber match tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. And it is 2-0. Once again, Parker falls behind the hitter. She's been fine in that position today. The 2-0. Ground ball. Left side. Levitt bobbled, and everybody's safe. That might go down as an error. Hard hit ball. Rare miscue by Levitt. And it's 5-3. We'll wait for the official ruling. Levitt had to move to her left to make the play. Would have had to hurry to throw out the base runner. I think she had time, though. And now Brennan is up. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Katie Brennan is 1 for 3, the freshman lefty. The 0-1 is low. Nice stop by Pardini. Seton Hall 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Brennan flew out her last plate appearance in the 5th. Hard hit ball left side, knocked down by the third baseman Strittmatter, but it rolls into left field for a single, and a pair of runs come across. The Pirates are up 7-3. Neither of the last two swings leave the infield, but an error by Levitt opens the door for 2 more runs. That would have been a tough play by Strittmatter, and it's now 7-3. It's a tough break there for the Hoyas in the inning. We might be getting a new pitcher here, and we are. So the day is done for Parker. I believe, nope, my mistake. Thought we were going to get a pitching change. So Parker stays in there. There was a pitcher warming up for the Hoyas in the pen. It has now gone quiet. Last 3 runs will be unearned for Julia Parker. So she's given up 7, but only 4 earned today in 5 2/3. And 3 of them were before the first out was made. So if you cut those out, she's only given up 1 run, 1 earned run in 5 2/3. Is that one, I believe, was called a strike. The scoreboard has her down 7-3. 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. Out of play, and it is 1-2. Parker can get out of the inning, still only down by 4. Hoya is still in striking distance. You don't want to go down by 5, though. There always feels like, because of the possibility, of course, of a grand slam, a big difference between 4 and 5 runs, regardless if it's baseball or softball. 2-2. The way the ball's been jumping off bats today, 4 probably seems like maybe 2 or 3 on a normal day, with the wind blowing out to center. And that gets past the catcher, Pardini. And everybody moves up a bag, and it's full 3-2 with 2 outs. Johnson, who pinch ran for Carr, is over at third. Excuse me, that's Muniz, actually. Brennan's at second. And the payoff pitch is low, so once again the bases are full with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And now Parker trying to keep the Hoyas within distance. Leela Allen, bases loaded at the plate. The senior's 1 for 2. And it's low. 1-0. Tight moment here for Julia Parker as she tries to get out of the inning. All these runs would be unearned. They won't impact her ERA, but she really trying to bear down here. High fly ball to center. Coming in and making the catch is Turner to retire the side. But 3 runs, all unearned, are scored in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom half of the frame. It is the Pirates on top 7-3. Bottom of the 6th. Hoyas have some work to do down 7-3. First pitch from Babick is on the outside corner for a strike. Both Babick and Parker, there were moments we thought they'd come out in this game where the bullpen appeared to be ready, but starter's still in. We may have a new pitcher for the Hoyas in the top of the 7th. We'll see. Ground ball left side. Perez is there. The throw to first is not in time. Nice hustle from Murciano. A great way to start for the Hoyas. Murciano, an infield single. Her first hit today. And now the lineup turns over for Rebin. Or rather, Turner and then Rebin. So 9, 1, and 2, the next 3 hitters. Turner's 1 for 1. She's been on base twice. The 5th hit for Georgetown. Babick throwing strikes. The first one catches a big chunk of the plate. This was a ground ball scooped up at third by Allen. Throw to second, or rather first, is in time. And there's one out. Allen thought about second, then turned it to first, and there's one down, and we go back to the top of the order.
Up to bat, number 8,
Emily Stripmatter steps in. One down runner at second for the number 2 hitter. The first pitch is outside for a ball. Now 2-0 with Murciano, or the Turner, on at second. So Turner on at second, Stripmatter at the plate. A 2-0 count with one out. Babick trying to go the distance, and it is 3-0. Campos on deck. If Stripmatter can get on base, Campos can make this a one-run game with one swing. And it's called a strike. 3-1 is the count. Stripmatter grounded out to short her last plate appearance. She reached on a walk in the second and a hard hit fly out to center back in the first. The 3-1 catches the outside corner. It is 3-2. Have to think you'll get something nice to hit here if you're Stripmatter. Hoyas are 1 for 5 today with runners in scoring position. Stripmatter tries to make that 2 for 6. Stays alive. Pitch might have been low, but likely too close to take, and it's still full. Full count with one out. 7-3 game after a 3-run top of the 6th. Ground ball left side, diving stop by Allen. Throw to first, and there's 2 down. And holding at second is Turner. Well played by Allen. One of the better defensive plays of the day. And now Campos tries to get something out of the inning. The Stars sophomore has walked twice and struck out in the 5th. Great speed at second in the form of Turner. If Campos can find the outfield. Takes the first pitch away. 7 runs on an impressive 10 hits for Seton Hall. 3, 5, and 1 is the line for Georgetown. No errors for the Pirates. They have the second best fielding percentage in conference. And Allen showed us why on that last play. What a diving stop by her. It is one of the bigger strengths for the Pirates. Count is 2-0. Have to think Babbitt is being extra cautious with Campos. That one is in for a strike. Two one coming. And here it is. Ground ball back up the middle. That's a base hit. Turner gets the go-ahead. Throw to home is not in time. 7-4 on the RBI single by Campos. And now Wincher tries to keep the train moving. It's a 3-run game. For Campos, that is run batted in number 22. That leads the team. Wincher takes for a high strike. If Wincher can reach, that would bring Levitt up as the potential tying run. She hit a 3-run homer in the first inning. Hard hit ball to center, and it'll be played on a hop by Kay. Stopping at second is Campos. I think Kay thought for a moment she had a beat on it, but decided to pull up, and that brings up Levitt with 2 on and 2 outs. The same exact position she was in back in the first inning when she drilled a 3-run homer over the center field fence to tie it at 3-3. Trying for a repeat here in inning number 6. And it got her. Hit her off the thigh. And the bases are loaded. The go-ahead run comes to the plate. And now time called by Seton Hall. Coach Churchill comes out and has a chat with her pitcher. And once again, some action in the bullpen. 2 outs, bases loaded. Gabby Park will step in. What Gabby Park can do. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Park, a fielder's choice, her last plate appearance. Campos at third, Wincher at second, Levitt at first. The go-ahead run at the plate. And it's 1-1. You have to wonder how many more batters Babbitt will face. 1-1 pitch coming to Park. Big throw. And it is outside for a ball. 2-1 coming. In the dirt, scooped up by Howard. That's safe to run, and it's 3-1. Some urgency in the bullpen for Seton Hall. Hoyas are 3 for 8 with 2 outs. They've been pretty good in this spot today. The 3-1 throw is outside for ball 4. It's an RBI for Park. Campos comes in. Babick walks in a run, and now the tying run is at second base.
Up to bat for Georgetown, number 7, Pardini.
Holly Pardini to step in. Maybe fatigue's settling in a little bit for Sydney Babick. Her 7th walk. She's given up 7 hits. Pardini up. High on the first pitch. Levitt represents the tying run at second. The go-ahead run is Park at first. Hoyas 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Pardini 0 for 2. Fastball catches the outer part of the plate. Tightest moment so far of this series. Hoyas dropped the first game 8-4. Down 7-5 for the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Hard hit, caught by the shortstop, Perez. 2 phenomenal defensive plays from the left side of the infield. And the Hoyas strand the bases loaded. They score twice. It's a game. Go to the 7th, 7-5. Pirates on top by 2. New pitcher for the Hoyas. We start the top half of the 7th. It is number 5, Avery Wismar. She pitched 2 innings yesterday. Gave up 2 earned runs with 2 walks. It was her first time on the hill since March 3rd against Murray State. Has 6 runs allowed over her last 5 innings pitched. Had a pretty good start to her season, though, as she faces the bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Seton Hall. It is the Pirates up 7-5. Hoyas trying to keep it a 2-run game. Pirates scored 3 runs in the top of the 6th. Hoyas come back with 2 in the bottom of the inning to keep it close. Hoyas looking for their first home win this year. Both these teams 1-3 in conference. And the fastball is in there for a strike. Nice, confident throw to start from Wismar. The 0-1 called strike 2. Howard doubled back in the first, walked in the third, and she grounded out to first in the 6th. Been really good behind home plate, too. To the catcher, it's fouled back. Howard barely able to graze the ball to stay alive. It's still 0-2. Both teams scored 3 in the first, 1 in the third for Seton Hall, 3 in the top of the 6th for the Pirates, and 2 in the bottom of that inning for the Hoyas. And the pitch is hit into center, racing to her left, underneath, and making the play is a speedy Turner. She tosses her cap to the side, and there's 1 down. Perez at the plate. That was a much more difficult play than it looked. Turner made it seem simple. She had the sun in her face, the wind carrying the ball, maybe left it up just enough for her to run underneath it. It's exactly what you want your center fielder to do. Here's Perez, who's 2 for 3. Back-to-back singles as she takes the first pitch knee-high for strike 1. And the 0-1 is high. The Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. Beautiful day for softball, mid-March. Day before St. Patrick's Day. Temperature's been high 50s, low 60s, a brisk breeze blowing left to right, now out to center. Beautiful sunny day as it's now 2-1. Bottom of the order's been good. Perez and Kay have combined to go 3 for 4 and reach base 5 times. And this is a drive to left, shielding her eye and making the catch in Mercian. Hit off the inside part of the bat for Perez. It looked harder hit than it was. And there's 2 outs in the inning. So Kay, the number 9 hitter's up. Wismer pitching for a scoreless frame in relief. Be good for her confidence to get this. 2 batters faced and 2 outs. And Kay from that 9 spot has been on base 3 times. A pair of walks and a single. Head of the count 1-0. Head of the count 2-0. Don't want to turn the lineup over. Hill on deck is already tripled. And now 3-0 is the count. Count. The pitch to Kay is inside for a ball. So on 4 pitches. For the 3rd time today, and Kay takes first base. She's also singled, so she's been on base all 4 appearances. Will step in. Taylor Hill, 4 hits in the series, including a triple to lead off the game. And the fastball hangs high. Now, quick meeting on the mound. And looks like Pat Conlon having a quick conversation with the home plate umpire. I think it may have been called a strike on the swing, actually, on the appeal. No, it's a ball, 1-0. So I think Coach Conlon was asking for maybe an appeal there. I couldn't quite tell. Scoreboard had a strike, and now it's a ball. So 1-0, 2 outs, runner at first, and a 7-5 score. Wismer the pitch, and it's outside. Georgetown is 13-23 against the Pirates, and 9-12 at home all time. They won one game in their 3-game series against Seton Hall last year. They dropped the first one 8-4 yesterday. And the pitch to Hill is maybe a bit off the plate. Now 3-0. That one looked like it was close. If it missed, it was barely. K at first, Hill at the plate. Fastball right down the middle. A few more of those from Wismer. See what you can do. Send us to the bottom of the inning with just a 2-run deficit. Bouncer back to Wismer. Nice grab. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hoyas just 2 runs down as Wismer pitches a scoreless inning in relief. Bottom of the 7th. Let's see if the Hoyas can make a comeback. Down 7-5. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to make it 7-5 after being down 7-3. And they face a new pitcher. Kyra Krusher is on the hill to close things out for Seton Hall. I'm going to get you the numbers on Krusher. She's been really good this year at 2.41 earned run average. As the first pitch is low for a ball. She has made 6 appearances, 29 innings pitched. Tough to hit. Appears like good pace on that fastball as the 1-0 is coming, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. So it's 1-1 with Koso pinch hitting. Freshman even on the count, 1-1. And the throw is outside from Krusher. Koso this season, mostly in pinch hitting, has 2 hits and 14 plate appearances. Let's see, number 3. Let's see what she can do here. Good eye at the plate, a handful of walks. High fly ball left field, twisting out of play. 2-2. If you're the Hoyas, you like the lefty-righty matchup. It's part of the reason why you bring her in. Turner on deck, and then the lineup turns over. Krusher lets an arm hang before the pitch, then the quick throw is again laced left side out of play. Kuso hanging on. And it's low, count is full. If Koso can reach, the tying run would come to the plate. Krusher's pitch. High fly ball. Deep left center, and it's caught on the edge of the track by Brennan. And there's one down. Koso gave it a ride. Hit it to one of the farther parts of the yard, and it is a long out. One away for Turner. That ball was carrying quick. Brennan did a good job tracking it down and making the play in front of the track. First pitch to Turner, a little bit low. Nice day for Turner, singled in the first, walked in the fourth, a single in the sixth. How about this number? The two number 9 hitters have been on base all 7 times they've been up at the plate today. It's 2-0. Krusher having a hard time finding, I think, the grip on her pitches. Not a wild pitcher out of the pen this year. She's been very accurate. Has fallen behind both hitters she's faced. That time it is high and 3-0. So if Turner can reach one of the conference's best base stealers, that probably won't be on her mind. But she'll bring up the tying run to the plate as the fastball's in for a strike. Big pitch here. With one out, here's a throw. It's inside, ball 4. So Turner reaches, and the lineup turns over for Rebhen. See if the freshman can make some good contact. She is 0 for 4 today. But she has flown out twice and grounded out hard hit ball her last time up to Allen at third. Brooke Rapin represents the tying run on a day where the ball has been flying off the bat at the plate. Krusher looks in. The pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Rapin has 1 home run. She has 7 extra base hits, a stat that the Hoyas lead the Big East in, at least when it comes to doubles and triples. Takes that pitch on the outside corner again, and it's 0-2. Coach Pat Conlon not happy about that last call. It was close to the previous pitch, maybe a little bit outside. Right, going back and making the catch. And there are 2 away in the inning. Caught by Hill. There's 2 down. And now the Hoyas, their last opportunity to tie the game. Strip Matter at the plate. Takes the first pitch high from Crucier. The 1-0. Strip Matter, high fly ball near the line, and it is caught. Back-to-back hard hit balls to the right fielder Hill. Makes a play on both. And the Pirates take game 2 of this 3-game series, 7-5. It was a lot of fun, high-powered game. Both teams scored 3 times in the first inning. Pirates 3 in the 6th was the difference as they win 7-5 today. Babick picks up the win, Crucier the save, and the loss goes to Julia Parker. The last 3 runs were unearned for her. The Hoyas fall to 1-4 in conference. The Pirates move to 2-3. They go for the sweep tomorrow. Let's see what the Hoyas can do. 2 close games. They're going to try to pick up maybe the win tomorrow. That first pitch is at noon. For everybody tuning in, we appreciate you watching on this Saturday. I'm Ryan Pierce, signing off until tomorrow.